Hello, everyone. In Academic Listening Strategies 1 class, welcome to the sixth week of our class. Today, we are going to begin Unit 7. So, you should have your textbook open to Unit 7. That would be page 121 of your textbook. I'll be showing some part of the textbook in the screen also, so you can look at that also. And as I've been saying in every week's video, whenever you see this mark, this uh, stop sign on the screen, please stop the video and work on the activities as I suggest in the video. That's one thing. Another thing is you should have your My Dog page open because you should have your ALS1 student community open because in the video, when you do the activities, you have to go to do the listening on Pathways 1, second edition. So you should have this page open and このリンク先からアクセスしてください. The audio for the listening, you'll have to access from there. So you should have this page open. And let's begin. In the beginning, let's look at the picture on your textbook on page 121. Look at this picture. Can you guess what this picture is about? Maybe you can easily recognize this is from space. So our unit is Exploring Space. That's our title of the unit. If you look at the caption, this is National Aeronautics and Space Administration, which is short form NASA. Astronaut Barry Wilmore is outside the International Space Station on a spacewalk. Astronaut Terry Wirtz, reflected in the spacesuit, shared this photograph on social media. So this is a photograph of an astronaut. And in the kind of helmet protector, you can see other astronauts taking that picture. So maybe from this, you can guess what the listenings will be about in this in Unit 7. First, look at the photo. What do you see? That's what you saw, right? You saw an astronaut in the space. Number 2, would you like to be an astronaut? And explain. By the way, astronaut is somebody who goes to the space to study about other bodies in the solar system. Okay, for example, people go to Mars, people go to Moon. That's common. That's what we hear about. But there are so many other planets and other solar spaces, solar bodies astronauts go to. So what do you think about number 2? Would you like to be an astronaut? For me, I don't know. I think I don't want to be an astronaut because I am not good at heights. You have to be very good at heights. You shouldn't be afraid of heights if you want to be an astronaut. Number 2, why do you think people want to go into space? That's maybe an important question. Why do you think? There are a lot of people, they want to go to the space. Like there are 2 types of people. One, of course, scientists, astronauts go to space to study about other bodies in the solar system. Other people maybe want to have fun. We don't know. So what do you think? It's your answer, so I'll leave it up to you. Okay, let's go to the next part. The next part is exploring the theme. Okay, if you look at the questions on page 122, look at the information and then discuss the questions. The information is from your textbook, this page over here, and page 123 over there. Please study the textbook if you want to, or give a quick look at page 122 and 123. Then think about these questions. Number 1, in what year was the first unmanned mission into space? How many have there been since then? When did the first unmanned robot went to the space, let's say? And a rocket went to the space. And how many have there been since then until like date? Number 2, how many missions have gone to Jupiter? And how many moons does Jupiter have? And number 3, in addition to the inner solar system, where have space missions gone? So think about these 3 questions. Looking at information on page 122 and 123, please try to answer these questions. Take about 2 minutes time here, stop the video and note down your answers. After 2 minutes, come back and play the video again. So stop the video. Okay, I hope you have done a good job. Let's continue on this. If you haven't finished, as I said again, 終わってない人は stop and continue after you finish. Okay, 終わってから続けてください。So number 1, in what year was the first unmanned mission into space? And how many have there been since then? The first unmanned mission into space was in the year 1958. And after that, since 1958, there have been almost 200 missions going into the space. Number 2, how many missions have gone to Jupiter? And how many moons does Jupiter have? So maybe you got the right answer there also. There have been 8 missions to Jupiter, and Jupiter has 5 moons. And number 3, in addition to the inner solar system, where have space missions gone? So space missions have gone to inner solar system also, and other parts also. What is the other part? And solar missions, the space missions have gone to the asteroids and comets and to the deep space as well. Okay, so these are the answers. Maybe you got these answers right from page 121, 22, studying the pictures and information there. Let's go to the next part. Next part is vocabulary study. So this is again from your textbook here on page 124. Please look at the photo and read the caption. And then what you need to do is read this article, Life on Other Planets. You have the photo. The TRAPPIST-1 stars has 7 Earth-sized planets orbiting it. Orbiting means going around and around. Revolving. For example, the moon orbits the earth. Okay, there may even have water on their surfaces. That's the caption. This is the photo. That's the caption. And now read this article about life on other planets. There are words in blue. Those are new vocabulary that you have to focus on in this unit 7, because at the end of unit 7, you'll have unit 7 test. So vocabulary is very important as you have been doing that. And read this and try to guess the meaning of the words in the context. After that, you can do a quick listening and you can go to listen to track 2.6 on my dog. So that will be from here. このリンク先からアクセスして、track 2. What was that? You have to go to unit 7, then 2.26, okay? From there, you gotta go to 2.26, okay? So you can do that listening later. So for now, I'm not going to play it for you. So please read this, stop the video now, read, listen, check the meaning, and come back. Stop the video. Okay, I hope you have done that as well. Did you finish? I hope so. If you haven't finished, please come back, stop again and do the listening and do the reading one more time. Let's go to the word and meaning, okay? In the previous slide, you have words from like method, issue, conditions, stressful, exposed, definitely, fortunately, adapt, challenges, and period. So how about the meaning of these words? Now, I want you to work on this part, okay? Please stop the video again here and write down the words next to its definition. You have 10 definitions there. Write down from number 1 to number 10. So stop the video. Maybe you can do this in about 2 minutes. If you don't know the meaning of the words, you can use a dictionary. First thing, use the context, bummeku maybe. And then if you don't understand, then use a dictionary to find out what it really means. Stop the video. Okay, I hope you have done that as well. If you haven't completed, you can continue stopping. Okay? 終わってない人はまだ動画を止めて終わらせてくださいね。So, number one, a subject or problem that people are thinking and talking about. That's an issue. An issue is a subject, a problem. For example, global warming is a serious issue. Okay. Number two, causing worry. Something that causes you worry, stress, okay, stressful. COVID-19 is really causing a lot of worries, stressful. Sometimes homeworks can be stressful, exams can be stressful. It depends on what level of stress, right? Number three, without doubt, definitely, okay, certainly, no doubt, okay, 100%. Number four, a way of doing something. That's a method, okay? The method of classes. Our classes are done in different methods. YouTube video, real time, assignment based, okay? That's a method. A length of time is period. Period can be like short period and long period. For example, class. In university, one class is one period. In other cases, period can be longer. The period I live in certain countries. Okay. Luckily is fortunately. External factors, that's conditions. Other conditions. Difficult things, that means challenges. What challenges do you have? It's what kind of difficult situations you are in, your challenges. And next is adapt. That's to change or adjust. Changing or adjusting yourself to other situations is like adapting to other situations. Human beings can adapt to other situations, maybe easily, but some people cannot adapt easily. It depends on what person is. And unprotected or uncovered is exposed. For example, exposed to sunlight, exposed to heat. Okay. So these words you have to use in the next exercise. You have to use these words in the statements. Okay. You have to complete each statement with a word in blue from exercise A. That means these words over here. So please fill in the blanks to complete these 10 statements. And for this one, I don't have answers for you right now. You have to submit your answers through Google form link that is available on my doc. So as a part of your assignment, you have to submit this one, okay? So you can stop the video, work on this, but submission later. Stop and work on this. Okay, good job. So I will see your answers in the Google form link later. So let's go to do some studies about vocabulary. Certain words have different meanings, but the multiple meanings, how to decide which meaning is correct in certain form is deciding from the context, okay? So same words have multiple meanings, but how do you decide is you have to use the context to decide which meaning is correct. For example, let's look at this word, form. Form has different meanings. First, the shape of something, okay? Form, that's in Japanese, maybe katachi, right? The human form can be quite graceful, shape of human being. Another form is a type, a kind, okay? Type, shiri. People live under different forms of governments. Like the form of government in Japan is different. The form of government in the US is different, right? That's the form, type, style. And number three is a printed paper with spaces to be filled in, like application form, that also is a form. So when you read the sentences and you find words like this that has multiple meanings, you have to use the context. For example, scientists have found forms of life that live in hot springs with temperatures of 194 degrees Fahrenheit or 90 degrees Celsius. So what does form mean in this sentence? We have 1, 2, and 3 meanings. So which one? In this sentence, form has the second meaning, right? Because it refers to a type of kind, shuri. Okay, scientists have found forms of life, so types of lives. So from this, you can guess from the context, you can guess the meaning. Now, in the next exercise, we are going to look at one word that has different meaning in different contexts. Let's look at that one. Okay, let's go to the next page. Here we go. Look at the definitions of period. So we have the word period there. The word period has different meanings. We have like meanings from number one, number two, three meanings, four meanings, actually five different meanings. So, and we have four sentences there. Write the number of the correct definition on the lines below. So for example, number one, period, which definition? Definition 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Similarly, for 1, 2, 3, 4, write the number of correct definition you think the word has. So for example, number one, any segment of time, long or short, that forms part of a longer segment and is notable for particular qualities or characteristics. So a specific time period. For example, the dangerous period of an illness or a rainy period in spring. That's one meaning, period. Okay. Number two, second meaning of period is a very long segment of time in the history of the earth. For example, the Jurassic period. Maybe in Japanese, you have like Showa period, okay? Taisho period. Number three, a segment of time in the history of a person's life or a country. Maybe this one is the Showa period. I don't know. The revolutionary period in American history. So, segment of time in the history of human being, life, or country's history. And number four, regular division of time in a school day or a game. So school time, like first period, second period, the lunch period. And number five is a punctuation mark of a dot ending a sentence. For example, this sentence ends with a period. So think about number one to four and which meaning does each period have in each sentences. Try to write down the numbers. You have like 2 minutes for this. Stop the video here and work on this. Okay, I hope you have done that as well. If you haven't finished, as I've been saying, please stop and continue on the activities. When you finish, then only you can continue the video. So number one, I think you need a period here, not a question mark. So the context gives you not question mark, but period. That means the full stop, the end sentence ending period, right? That's meaning five. Two, my time studying abroad was a happy period in my college years. So studying abroad time, personal lives history, right? Personal time. A segment of time, longer short, that forms part of a longer segment and is notable for particular qualities. So studying abroad time, like 6 months, maybe 1 year, maybe. Okay. So my time when I studied abroad, that's another period. Jana has biology fourth period. That's a school time, right? That's a school time, meaning four. And the Renaissance was a period of growth in culture, arts, and science. So that would be period for number three. Maybe it could be number two, but it's not so long. Okay, number three is a good definition. A segment of time in the history of a person's or country's life. Renaissance was a literary period also. Okay, so I hope you can now easily use the context to understand meaning in other places. Let's go to the next part. Next part is before listening activity. In this lesson, you are going to listen to a class presentation about space travel. So people are presenting about space travel. you will hear our students' presentation about the health benefits of space travel. And here are four topics. Which topic do you think the student will probably not talk about? So this is just guessing. Before listening, you can guess. So please read the four topics and think which one is probably not in the listening. So maybe the hint for you is the student talks about health effects of space travel. So something that is not related to health could be the odd topic. So cross out the one that's odd. You can stop the video now and work on this. Okay, I hope you've done that as well. Did you cross out the one that probably does not talk about the health effects? So the answer would be this one. Astronauts have special jobs to do while they are in space. This one does not talk about health. Other ones probably talk about related to health. Now, next part is listening. Listen for the main ideas. Now, I want you to stop the video here and listen to track 2.27 from my doc. So as I show you, you have to go there and choose 2.27. Listen to the audio and check each topic you hear about in the presentation. Again, these are the same topics. Do you really hear these three topics? For example, the first topic, in the previous slide also, we worked on that and we said the fourth topic is not in the presentation, right? We said this is not there. So are those three topics really there? This is not there. I cannot click that. So this is not there probably, but the three topics, please stop the video here and go to track 2.27 and do the listening. Okay, I hope you have done that as well. And again, if you haven't finished doing the listening, stop the video and do the listening one more time. Now, which topics do the speaker talk about? The speaker talks about these three topics. Astronauts often don't get enough sleep. Astronauts wear special spacesuits to protect their bodies, and astronauts need to get a lot of exercise in space. These are the topics the speaker talks about, okay? Now, before we go to another listening activity, listening to track 2.7 one more time, we have to look at note-taking skills. The note-taking skill we are going to master in this unit is called mind map. Mind map is one way to organize. This is one way to organize your notes. To create mind map, you have to write the main topic in a circle in the middle of your page. So this is main topic, okay? And add other circles around the center. So around this, we add other circles. That would be our subtopics, okay? And for each subtopic, we have details. For each subtopic, we write other details. That's how we create a mind map. So next activity we're going to do is try to create a mind map for the listening we are focusing on. Here, on our next activity is this one. Here is an incomplete mind map, okay? This one is from your textbook again. This is over here on page 127. That's 27, I guess. So on page 127, you have incomplete mind map. On the center, you have space A, hostile environment. That's the main topic. And you have subtopic 1, subtopic 2, subtopic 3, zero gravity, subtopic 4, but subtopic 5 and 6 are missing. Plus, you don't have other details. So what you have to do now is listen to track 2.27 and try to add other subtopics and details for this mind map. So after you finish, you can come back and play the video. But for now, stop this video and go to my doc to do the listening activity. Stop the video. Okay, I hope You did a good job on taking completing your mind map or completing the note taking. After you complete your note taking, your notes should look like this. Okay. So let's review again. Right here, we have the main topic, and around main topic, we have subtopics. The subtopics are number one, extreme temperatures, number two, no atmosphere, number three, number four. Around the main circle, we have subtopics like this, right? Five, closed habitat, six, radiation. And for each subtopic, we have other details. Oh, the for details for number one is missing right there. You can write over here. So details go there, details go there. Out of the subtopic, you can write details. That will help you. Sometimes you have to write summaries for the listening you do, and sometimes you have to answer listening comprehension questions. In that case, your mind map, your note taking will really help you. Okay. Now we are coming on towards the almost towards the end of our task. Let's go to the next part. Next part is listening skill. Listening skill, this is very easy. Just to inform you that when we listen to a speaker, the speaker does not always say what they really are going to say. Sometimes we have to guess. We have to guess what they are saying. The guesses could be from the context and sometimes from the intonation, from the tone of the speaker. If the speaker is saying loudly and faster, maybe we can say the speaker is kind of angry. Sometimes you can hear the smiley voice laughing. So those are the points that help us to understand the speaker's intention. That's what we call by inferences. So that's one other listening skill, making inferences. When we listen to a speaker, we can often understand more than just the words. We can guess what the speaker means, even if he or she doesn't say it directly. This is called inferring or making an inference. When we infer, we use that we use what the speaker says and how he or she says it, and other information we already know to draw conclusions. For example, look at this sentence. If somebody says, "Good morning, Mr. Campbell and fellow students," what can you infer about who is Mr. Campbell is? Who Mr. Campbell is? Then maybe we can guess that since it's saying fellow students means friends, right? Friends, fellow classmates, that's friends. So maybe our student is presenting in front of friends and Mr. Campbell probably is the teacher. So what we can infer is that Mr. Campbell is the teacher because the speaker is addressing the class and calls the teacher by the name, right? That's how we can infer things in listening. Now let's go to the next part. Next part is the main listening one more time. Read the statements. This is again from your textbook right over there to activity D. Read the statements, then listen again and choose T for true and F for false. The statements are not the speaker's exact words, okay? So you have to infer. You have to make inferences to understand. Listen to track 2.27 from my doc and choose whether number one, number two, number three, and number four are true or false. So this activity is also a part of your assignment. So submit your assignments through Google form. The link is available on my doc. And that's all for today. I hope you're having a good time. And everything I'd love to say is take care, stay healthy, stay happy. That's all for today. Goodbye.